Hey YouTube, Tim Unkert here. In this video, I'm going to evaluate logarithms with negative values. So, for instance, I've got this log with the base 3 of 1 over 27. So normally with a logarithm, if I do something like log with the base of 3 of 27, to evaluate that, I'm looking for how many times do I multiply the base 3 together to get 27. So if I do 3 times 3 times 3, well, that equals 27. So there's 1, 2, 3 threes here. So that would be, this would evaluate to 3. If I mix this up, let's mix it up a little bit. And instead of 27, let's say it was 81. Well, then I would have to do 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27, but I would have to multiply by 3 again. So I would have 4 3's multiplied together to get 81. So log base 3 of 81 is 4. You know, and I could continue with this. I could say, well, let's do, I don't know, log base 3 of 243. Okay, so I've got 81 so far. If I multiply by 3 again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes, that's going to multiply to 243. So the value of this logarithm, or it evaluates to 5. That's a way to put it. Okay, so in this case, I have a fraction here. So there's an interesting pattern I want to show you. Let me get rid of all this stuff. So if I did like 3 cubed as an exponent, right? Well, that's 27, right? If I do 3 squared, well, that's really 3 cubed divided by 3. We have 1 less 3 multiplied in there. So, I mean, if you think about it, we have 3 times 3 times 3. That's 3 cubed. But 3 squared is 2 threes, or another way to write that is 3 cubed divided by 3's, because we cancel these out and we get 2 3's multiplied together. That's 9. Okay, so as we go down in power, we could divide by 3 from the previous power. So in other words, like 3 to the first power is 9 divided by 3. So that's just 3. 3 to the 0 power is 3 divided by 3, which is 1. Keep going. 3 to the negative 1 power is going to be 3 to the 0 power, so 1 divided by 3, which we can start to write as a fraction. So 1/3. Keep going. 3 to the negative 2 power is 3 to the negative 1 power divided by 3. Let me do better on that division symbol there. Okay, which we can change to fraction multiplication by taking the reciprocal of 3 and multiplying it by 1/3. So we do 1/3 times 1/3, which is 1/9. And if we go one more, let's do 3 to the negative 3. So that's 1/9 divided by 3. Okay, so 1/9 divided by 3, if we change that to fraction multiplication, we get 1/9 times 1/3, which is 1 over 27. Okay, so ultimately we're looking at this power here. And if you want to, kind of look at this pattern, let's get some room here, erase some stuff. Okay, cool. Got all that stuff erased. But, if we have 3 to the 3 cubed is 27. So if this were log base 3 of 27, my solution would be 3. Now the pattern follows that 3 to the negative 3 power is essentially, another way to explain it is we move it down to the denominator, so we make it 1 over 3 cubed. Or 1 over 27. So long story short, Log base 3 of 1 over 27 is going to be negative 3. Okay? So let's move down and go through a few more examples, and I think you'll catch the drift of this as we go. So let's look at log base 5 of 125. And what I would encourage my students to do, or if you're a student out there watching this, is think of how many times do I multiply 5 by itself to get 125. So if I do 5, or how many 5s are multiplied together to get 125. So 5 times 5, that's 2 5s. That multiplies to 25. So we're not there yet. So we multiply by another 5, and now we get 125. But again, this is 1 over 125. So instead of 1, 2, 3, we're going to write negative 3. Okay? Let's keep going. All right, this next one. So I'm going to look at the denominator here, 64. How many 2's do I multiply together to get 64? So let's do 2 times 2, that's 4. Times 2, that's 8. Times 2, that's 16. Times 2, that's 32. Times 2, that is 64. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2's multiplied together. But again, this isn't just 64. This is 1 over 64. So when we have the 64 in the denominator, that's like 1 over 2 to the 6th, or 2 to the negative 6th. So in other words, instead of putting 6 here, because we have 6 2's to get 64, we're going to put negative 6. Boom. All right, last one here. We want to think, how many 6's do I multiply together to get 216? So I do 6 times 6, that's 36. Times 6 again, that's 216. So I have 1, 2, 3 6's. Again, this is 1 over 216. So instead of 3 for my solution, I'm going to put negative 3. Hopefully this video was helpful and didn't confuse you more. If it was helpful, please like and subscribe. And if you do have questions, leave comments in the comments below. Hope to see you in the next one.